The World Court has just ruled on South Africa's request for provisional orders, and it has ordered Israel to stop its offensive on Rafah, to open the Rafah crossing, and to allow in UN fact-finding missions and commissions of inquiry so that they can investigate allegations of genocide. Now, the court has not ordered a full ceasefire here. Many people, including myself, were hoping that it would, but this is still a good order nonetheless. It is a geographically restricted ceasefire, which orders Israel to stop its offensive on Rafah and any other action which may inflict on the Palestinians in Gaza conditions of life which are calculated to bring about their physical destruction in whole or in part. Now, it might be that because South Africa's application was so focused on the Rafah offensive that the court decided that it would give this geographically limited ceasefire decision. But it also noted that it really was not satisfied with anything that Israel was telling it about how it would be protecting evacuees, noting that all of the fears that had been communicated to the court in February were now completely being realized in Rafah, and that the humanitarian situation there could now be categorized as disastrous. It's also probably because we have such a geographically limited ceasefire order that we have such consensus also by the court. All of these measures were decided on by votes of 13 to 2 judges. Now, the 2 judges that voted against are, one is Judge Barak of Israel, which is expected. The other is the Ugandan judge, Judge Sebutinde. I have to say her reasoning and her voting in this has been the most confusing. She voted against all provisional measures in January. She then voted in favor of ensuring that Israel allow aid in March, and now she has again voted against all of them. I really can't understand what's going on there with her inconsistent voting patterns. I'll have to read her separate opinion if she gives one to try and make sense of this, but it does seem like she is quite a wild card, and I don't really know why she is voting the way she is and the explanation for it. But let's keep on focusing on the ICJ order. This is coming hot on the heels of ICC arrest warrants. We now have an order from the ICJ to stop the Rafah offensive, as well as ICC arrest warrants against Israeli and Hamas leaders for war crimes and crimes against humanity. Thank you also to South Africa for its continued efforts in going back to the court for the people of Rafah and the people of Gaza. Really, it is a good week for international law, and international legal institutions are stepping up to hold states to account for the tragedy that we're seeing unfold in Gaza. And right now, for the enforcement of this order, what we hope to see is another UN organ step up. It won't be the Security Council. It will probably be the General Assembly, but we look to that to order enforcement, to order compliance with this ICJ provisional measures.